number one station, 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, Lagos, welcome back. It's still the morning crossfire right here at 99.3 Nigeria Info. Nigerians arraigned on charges of treason and others following their participation in End Bad Governance protests. What are your thoughts on that? We're joined very shortly by a civil society organization, a member of civil society in Nigeria, who will give us his take on the current situation in the country, especially with the trial of these suspected persons suspected to be involved in treason. We're not looking at the substantive issues per se, but taking a look at the response by different segments in society to that development. All right, so please feel free to call while we're trying to get our guests to be on the program virtually. Feel free to call our line 0201 277 0993 0201 277 0993. We have a female line 0201 465 7190 0201 465 7190, and please, you can have your say on the conversation this morning. My name is Kofi Bartels. You can also call us on WhatsApp. No, you can send a message, not call, but send a message to us on WhatsApp. Our WhatsApp number being 080-9597-5805. That's 080-9597-5805. I'll take it slowly. 080-9597-5805. You can send a WhatsApp messages there. We have a post up. We're streaming live on Facebook. We're also streaming live on YouTube. Head to YouTube and search for Nigeria Info FM. And on Facebook, you can search for Nigeria Space Info Space 99.3. Nigeria Space Info Space 99.3, and you can have your say. I would like to say a very good morning to our guest who is already standing by via video link. Chief Peter Ameh is the chairman, Coalition for Democratic Accountability and Electoral Reforms. Chief, good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Very
good
well,
morning, Nigeria.
Very well, thank you. You have to just tilt your camera slightly up so we can see you. Okay, that's better. That's better. That's okay. You can move forward a little bit. All right. All right, Chief is joining us via video link. I guess you're in Abuja right now. Am I correct?
Yeah, I'm in Abuja.
All right. And what is the mood in the the city of Abuja, the country's capital, as we speak with petrol scarcity and some of the protests? We had a protest yesterday at Unity Fountain against petrol scarcity. We know the trial going on of suspected and bad governance protesters, we want to call it that. And what's the mood of the city?
The mood of the city is the same with the mood of Nigerians everywhere, because the city, people are not I'm finding it funny, and the sadness, shows on the faces of all those you meet across every street and every community within the FCT. Because as it is right now, people are hearing it very tough.
All right. When people are getting very tough, what are you referring to?
I'm referring to the daily movement around. The cost of living has really gone very high. The inflation is sitting deep into the pocket of the ordinary man. Food inflation is over 40%. Headline information is about 33%. You look at the cost of buying fuel. That alone, because of the impulsive and irrational removal of fuel subsidy, it has increased the cost of transportation by over 400%. And you imagine a person doing 50,000 naira job, 60,000 naira job. People who are underemployed and those who don't have employment. So the cost of living has really gone high. So this is why the whole place look gloomy and people are feeling very sad.
All right, interesting. You also have petrol queues in Abuja, I guess.
Yes. There's scarcity. Is Lagos having it easy than us here in Abuja?
Really? I don't know why Abuja.
I'm actually.
No, we have the same situation. There's one iconic picture I saw some years ago when Buhari was president of this black market people selling petrol in jerrycan in front of NNPC headquarters in Abuja. I'll never forget. Wonder shall never end. Okay, today
there's a cruise.
Okay, today we're here to talk about the trial of Nigeria's treasonous protesters. The trial of Nigeria's treasonous protesters. Now, the word treasonous is in inverted commas. All right, inverted commas, because that is what they're being charged with. And of course, we'll look at all that. Reactions have been trailing the arraignment of some of the End Bad Governance protesters. Remanded in Kuje Correctional Center. I think the lady was remanded in Suleja Correctional Center after being charged by the Nigerian government with treason. Now, the 10 persons who were arraigned before Justice Emeka Nwite, as listed in the Federal High Court of Nigeria in the Abuja Judicial Division, holding at Abuja, that's the charge sheet, are as follows. Michael, I hope I got that right, Toby Loba Adaro Moye, a.k.a. Lenin. Do you know Lenin? Because you're in Abuja in the system. Do you know who these leftist people are?
I've not met, their group is I run Coda, and I work with a lot of other people, but we've not met one-on-one.
Because in Abuja is a big place, but that space, I'm sure people meet people. All right. So Mikhail Toby Loba Ada Ramoye, aka Lenin, that's the popular one. Adeyemi Abiodun Abayomi, aka Yomi. Suleiman Yakubu, Comrade Opalua Eleojo Simon, aka Bob Simon.
Opalua Eleojo, that's a Nigala name.
Oh, a Nigala name. Okay, Eleojo. Sorry. Thank you very much, Eleojo. Okay, aka Bob Simon. Angel Love Innocent, aka Loveth. Buhari Lawal. Mosiu Sadiq. Bashir Bello, aka Murtala. Nuruddin Kamis. And we have Abdul Salam Zubairu. Now, according to the report, Angel Love Innocent, the only female among them, who is 51 years of age, is pregnant. Of course, we know earlier in the year, last month, Amnesty International had stated that over 1,000 End Bad Governance protesters were in prison custody nationwide following the recent hunger protests. Chief Ameh, what's your reaction to this charge of treason on these 10?
My problem is that I'm trying to look at the nexus, the correlation between when this protest happened and when the treasonable felony was committed by, purportedly committed by the charge sheet as presented by the government. Because I think in every society, as enshrined in the Constitution of Nigeria, Section 39, 40, and 41, people are using the means to protest is to be able to state their grievances and tell government, you have to govern us well, you have to do well. So I think when that becomes treasonable felony, then there's a suppression of citizens' view. Then that means citizens no longer have the right to say, oh, the government that we have put in place, the government that is supposed to be beholden to us, are respecting us, working for our own interests, we can no longer discuss or have engagement with. Because protest is a means of engaging, which is peaceful. It's a means of engaging government on a daily basis, on their activities, on their policies, and their decisions that have made life hard for the ordinary man. So these are the issue, because I'm trying to get the connection. And I think that one of the things government must do, so because there's already a very huge trust deficit between government and the people. There's a huge trust deficit between government and the governed. So if the government, we want the governed to believe that these charges are not as a result of the peaceful protest, I think the facts should be brought to the public glare so that people can see the level of planning, because what it takes to do a treasonable felony is a very serious crime. Is a crime that even no man will support. So we need to see this charge. And their trial should also be transparent. Not that they will be sending journalists out of the courtroom, sending citizens out of the courtroom. I saw a young girl crying yesterday that they brought in labor as somebody who has committed treasonable offenses. But she believes him, and she knows that he's a very peaceful protester. So it's throwing a lot of family into chaos.
Yeah, but Chief Ameh, the law is not a sentimental. You know, the law is no respecter of persons or feelings or emotions. It could be argued.
That is right.
That you're my brother, you're my sister. I know that you can never do this. Yeah, you know how many parents have sworn that their children can never commit a crime. That the letter found. So and you in the civil society, you're also a politician, also a civil society person. Is there not a danger of rushing to conclusion and this wholesale bandwagon condemnation of the government of Bola Tinubu and the bandwagon condemnation of the Nigeria police? Are we sure they're not onto something here? Because I have a copy of the court document which I've been looking at for some days. Is it not possible that something was at play, something was amiss, something the police have discovered that they're trying to get into? Maybe some sinister plan employed to destabilize Nigeria. And shouldn't we allow the police to do their job?
So would that not happen at the time when people gave notices that they were going to protest for end bad governance? Notices were given for a very long time. And this information was made public. And there was discussion. Oh, we want this, we want that. So even if your citizens are asking for a free and fair election, a free and fair justiciable processes for conduct of electoral elections in Nigeria, is that treasonable? Is that your citizens are asking that there should be measures put in place so that our farmlands will be protected, so that farmers can go back to farm, so that there will be reduction in the cost of buying food items? Is that treasonable offense? If there's a request to say that our judiciary should be well funded, there's a request that said that the Nigerian police must have all the necessary resources to be able to combat banditry, combat criminality. So these are not treasonable offenses from what was put in the public that I saw. And if you look at the protests at the FCT, where I was, you can see that the people were only demanding for a fundamental right to be respected and for their right to participate in the free and fair process, to request that their government listen to them. The government is not beholden to itself. Government is beholden to the people. Government is responsible and should be responsive to the yearnings of the general public, because you are put there to govern and to be in charge, to superintend over the affairs of the common man, so that life can become more easier. So and that's why I tell you, if you chat sheet can be there. Are there bank statements where money was transferred between this and this? We have seen government put out anonymous information about 50 billion was stolen. It was transferred to this account with account number. You can go to the internet. There's so much information about that.
But
is there a wiretap?
But groups and individuals, have been known to use such occasions to destabilize countries around the world. It's not new.
Are you saying Kenya? Are you
financially,
protests in Venezuela?
It is not impossible that some external forces may want to use such an occasion. Yes, indeed. Some people said, we want to embark on a protest. It's going to be peaceful. It's not impossible that such a protest could be used to lead to call for regime change, to call for instability, to call for, civil disobedience and all that. Is it impossible?
No, civil disobedience is not a problem.
Yeah.
But to call for regime change is undemocratic, is unacceptable. And like I said, this must be backed up with facts. Abu will never support to call for a regime change in a democratic system without waiting for election. And that's why the demand was basically that an electoral reform system, our electoral act must be rejigged to look at to be able to accept, recognize the potency of the cadre of the beavers and his ability to report information in real time.
Chief, these are facts. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is it not better Nigerians and those of you in civil society, those of you in politics, allow the police to do their job, allow the country? Because I'm looking at count one. You have count. I'm just going to look at the last one here. These are 6 counts all clearly, written out. 6 counts. Count 1 mentioned some of the names and others at large with their ages and all that, saying that and others now at large between 1st July 2024 and 4th August 2024 at Karishia, Abuja City, within the jurisdiction of this court, while acting in concert with intent to destabilize Nigeria, conspired together to commit felony to win. That is just for information. I'm not saying you should pass judgment on who is guilty or not. Though the court will decide that. This is just for the information of the public and yourself. With intent to destabilize Nigeria, conspired together to commit felony, to wit, treason, and you thereby committed an offense contrary to Section 96 and punishable under Section 96 of the Penal Code. Count 2, that you, names mentioned, blah, 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 and others now at large between 1st July 2024 and 4th August 2024 at Karishia, Abuja City, within the judicial record, while acting in concert with the other with intent to destabilize Nigeria, conspired to commit felony, to wit, inciting to mutiny. Sir, are you listening? Inciting to mutiny, and thereby committed an offense contrary to Section 96 and punishable under Section 97 of the Penal Code. Now, count 3. That you, blah, 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 and others now at large, between first, blah, 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 in Abuja, FCT, Kaduna, Kano, Gombe, and within the jurisdiction of this court, while acting in concert with Andrew Martin Wine, the Igbo, a.k.a. Andrew Povich, a British citizen, Andrew Povich, with intent to destabilize Nigeria, levies war against the state in order to intimidate, overawe the president by attacking and injuring police officers and burning police stations, the High Court Complex, NCC Complex, Kano Printing Press, Government House Kano, Kaduna Investment Promotion Agency, NURTW Office, and other several buildings, and thereby committed an offense contrary to Section. So are you saying all these things that are being written here, and that Nigeria shouldn't give the police benefit of the doubt, that maybe they're on to something? Who is Andrew Popovich?
I don't know. There's one thing I will never support. One, I'm a pure Nigerian. I believe in this country with all my heart. I will also believe, I will never ever support that the foreigner should interfere in our activities. I will never support that an external body should finance anything that has to do with us requesting for our right. But what I'm saying is that if you have evidence, I have seen when government agency publish accounts that receive money. When government agency, because for you to do these things, there must be a funding. And if they have a wire tap on these people, they should make it a public thing. Let it be very transparent. Because what we are saying is that let it not be like what Pastor Martin Leomola of the German Times said, was that when they came for me, when they came for the Jew, when they came for the communists, I said it was not me. When they came for it's not me. But when they came for the Jew and they came for me, there was nobody else to defend me. So we need to get this thing right. We are not asking the government not to do their work. What we are asking is a transparent process of investigation, a transparent process of trial, so that Nigerians can continue to have trust both in the security agencies and the judicial system. Because if you don't fight for the interest of the common man, if you feel that beyond comfort is enough for you to continue to allow people to languish in, how many, look at the statistics of how many persons who are languishing in our prison cells without trial, without proper trial. We know how the court process is slow, how these people might stay a long time. But what we are saying is a transparent process, and that the right to protest, to peaceful assembly, peaceful movement, and the right to hold opinion and impart an opinion it should be protected. We saw journalists being harassed. I saw journalists of the New Central AIT leg broken. We saw these things that happened. We saw the apology tendered on behalf of the chapel chairman of the Nigerian Union of Journalists in FCT. So these are things that happened. These are things that is on record that happened. There must be civil engagement, and there must, in civil disobedience or dissenting voices, there must be civil procedure and civil manner that which it to be handled.
But the police are going through a civil procedure by taking this matter to a civil court, and they charge to court.
I have never challenged that the police are not going to court. I've never challenged that. What I'm saying, I said in the court, people were asked to go out. In a court case, that's why seats are provided for observers, for journalists.
Chief, we'll be back. We'll be back to you.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
You know I like to make my family happy.
So you use Tasty Tom?
Of course.
This stew is so red and thick.
Tasty Tom tomato mix enriches my meals with an appealing and appetizing red color.
So Tasty Tom is this red and thick?
Yes, so.
It's also tasty.
Can we have more, please?
I am going to get my own Tasty Tom tomato mix. My family deserves to be happy too.
Yes, sir. With Tasty Tom tomato mix, you can give your family more of meals that make them happy. It's thick, tasty, and enriches your meals with an appealing red color. It's enriched with vitamins and fiber that are good for the body. Tasty Tom for tasty meals.
No buy am. But why? No see say this big bull bag of rice no get the new big bull holographic seal. Not true.
Introducing the Big Bull Holographic Seal Tape, your favorite authentic Big Bull rice, 50 kg and 25 kg. Now with holographic seal tape. This is to ensure you get the premium product from Big Bull Rice. Do not buy if the holographic seal tape is not on the bag or is broken. Big Bull Rice. Tasty rice nourished you.
Ida of trading himself. James, hello.
Susan, I beg. Say the wine me.
For where? You who no longer depend solely on your salary.
So you people trade and don't carry us along in this office, Abby?
Jerry, now you they talk like this? Who doesn't want an extra stream of income? But I'm still looking for better trading conditions, I beg. Fast execution on my trades and possibly an account where swap no go carry all my profits where I no know.
Guy, hfm.com.
For me, I wouldn't mind better spreads at all, and it won't be a bad idea to be able to make withdrawals in a flash.
All we want is transparency and great customer service.
Guys, I said hfm.com.
Which one is hfm.com again?
Switch to HFM today to enjoy ultra-fast execution, 1 to 2,000 leverage, tight spreads, swap-free, and more.
Guy, show us the way now.
Wait, are you sure deposits and withdrawals are sharp?
I said
hfm.com.
Visit www.hfm.com. HFM, online trading at its finest.
Mom's love is pure. She does. Mom's special jollof puts a smile on your face. Mom's yummy fries cheers you up. Mom's tasty stew nourishes the family. Golden Terra oil, tasty. Golden Terra oil, nourishing. Golden Terra oil, Golden Terra soya oil.
Golden Terra oil helps mom pour her love in the tasty, nourishing meals she cooks for her family. Golden Terra oil, pour pure love.
Tell me which kind thing Viva no fi wash away. Jenna tomato paste or coffee stain your body. Viva go wash away. Chicken for your clothes now all you need for Viva to wash away. Gentle for your pocket, gentle for your hand. Oh my Viva, you couldn't make you shine. Oh Viva, oh no. I love my Viva, oh no. Uncle say bye bye to a very tough stage, yo. Oh no. Mama say bye bye to any kind stage, yo. Oh no. Oh Viva, oh no. I love my Viva.
A brighter tomorrow begins with smart choices today. With the Union Correct account from Union Bank, you get to secure your tomorrow and get rewarded while at it. You can start saving with just 5,000 naira monthly and enjoy fantastic interest rates. Yes, you can save as low as 5,000 naira. That's not all. Every 6 months, you stand a chance to win amazing cash prizes of up to 500,000 naira. Correct. Make that move. Open a Union Correct account today. To get started, visit any Union Bank branch or log on to our website at www.unionbankng.com for more information. Terms and conditions apply. Union Bank, your simpler, smarter bank.
That special secret that awakens taste buds. Mouth-watering wonder with awesome aroma. Terra seasoning cubes.
Terra seasoning cube turns your meals into a masterpiece.
Unwrap joy, unleash taste. Hey, come cook with Terra cubes. Come cook with Terra.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info. This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Welcome back. Reactions continue pouring in following the arraignment of some and bad governance of the end bad governance protesters. And of course, they're remanding in Kuje and Suleja prisons, correctional centers, after being charged with treason by the Nigerian government. 10 persons were arraigned before Justice Emeka Nwite of the Federal High Court Abuja. Of course, the case was listed in the Federal High Court of Nigeria in the Abuja Judicial Division, holding in Abuja, charge number FHC ABJ CR 454 2023. And of course, I mentioned names earlier. According to reports, Angel Love, one of the 10 charged persons, she's the only female. She, of course, was remanded in Suleja Correctional Center. She's 51 years of age and pregnant. Now, earlier in August, human rights organization Amnesty International had stated that over 1,000 end bad governance protesters were in prison custody nationwide following the hunger protests. 1,000 of them, Amnesty International, as reported, had called for an immediate and unconditional release of all those arrested for exercising their right to peaceful assembly. Nigeria's government is obligated to uphold the right to freedom of expression and peaceful assembly, is what Amnesty International said. Now, recall that President Bola Tinubu had in a nationwide broadcast on Sunday, the 4th of August, suspended the protests. That's the day meant to be the day for the end bad governance protests. The president called rather for the suspension. He didn't suspend it, but called for it to be suspended. He said, quote, "As president of this country, I must ensure public order. In line with my constitutional oath to protect the life and property of every citizen, our government will not stand idly by and allow a few with a clear political agenda to tear this nation apart." He went on to say, quote, "Under the circumstances, I hereby enjoin the protesters and the organizers to suspend any further protests and create room for dialogue, which I've always acceded to at the slightest opportunity. Nigeria requires all hands on deck and needs us all to, regardless of age, party, tribe, religion, other divides, to work together in reshaping our destiny as a nation." Of course, like you heard me say earlier, yesterday, Monday, September 2, the federal government arraigned 10 protesters arrested in connection with last month's end bad governance protest. These ones were not arrested while protesting, Chief Ameh. Some of them were picked up from their homes, based on what the police may term intelligence reports. Okay, and of course, they have some of the charges plotting and attempting to topple the president, Bola Tinubu government, and the police arraigned them at the Federal High Court complex in Abuja. According to the charges, like we said earlier, there are 6 charges allegedly acting in concert with Andrew Martin Wayne. I'm not reading the charge sheet verbatim, a.k.a. Andrew Povish. I said Popovich, but Povish, who's a 70-year-old British citizen, inciting, they acted with him to incite mutiny by calling on the military to take over the government from President Bola Tinubu. Also, the prosecution accused the defendants of inciting citizens to destabilize Nigeria through protests. The defendants also face another count of conspiring with their alleged conspirators to commit treason. Conspiring with their conspirators to commit treason, an offense of taking up arms against the state. In another grievous allegation, the government accused the protesters of acting in concert with Mr. Wayne and others to wage war against the state. And the charges also say that the protesters did this by attacking and injuring police officers and torching police stations, the High Court Complex, NCC Complex, Kano Printing Press, Government House, Kano, Kaduna Investment and Promotions Agency, NURTW office, and several other buildings. Now, Chief Ameh is our guest today, of course, joining us via video link. Chief Peter Ameh is the chairman, Coalition of Democratic Accountability and Electoral Reforms. They put out a statement regarding this. Does it bother you that some of these people who are charged in this case in Abuja were never in Kano, never went to Kano, Kaduna during the end bad governance protest, but some of those incidents that happened in Kano and Kaduna are mentioned on their charge?
It bothers me, but if for investigation, like I told you, people can be anywhere to commit any crime. Like you have said, it's not about emotions. What I'm looking at is the transparency and the connection. Why is it happening during when people are asking for end bad governance? And the president made mention. Like I said, nobody in a democratic system, what you should do is to mobilize your people, join a political party like it's stated in the constitution that will protect your interest, populate that political party, canvass for that political party, and ask other people to vote for the candidate of that political party so that you can take back governance. But for any protester who is trying to call for military regime intervention, that is gone beyond the civic right to participate in a peaceful protest. But having said that, the president must know one thing, that he was also part of several protests in his lifetime. He has participated so much in protests and even given his voice, and at the time was an exile. He must know that what these people want is the same thing he had always wanted. Good governance for our people. Good governance for this country. This government is so blessed, so endowed, that we should not be in this level of governance.
Are you saying that these guys may have done these things, calling for change, regime change, military takeover, calling for anarchy and all that, but the president should look at the fact that he also did the same when he was
no, what I'm asking is that I say if they have done, listen, there's a connection. I say if what the charge sheet is claiming, that if they have done these things, they should make the proof and put it before the public. And if they have not done it, and if it's that what they are doing is what the president have done in peaceful protesting and asking for that good governance be given to these people of this country, who deserves it, who deserve to enjoy life, to engage mortgages, to enjoy mass housing scheme, to enjoy good tar road from Lagos to Ibadan, from Ibadan to Abuja, from here to Kano, who deserves it. Government must work assiduously to make sure that is provided, and that is the essence of protest.
So you're saying
voices.
You're saying if it can be proven that these individuals called on the military, approached the barracks and called the soldiers to topple the government, they took up arms, they called for insurrection and all those kind of things. If all these things that are being mentioned on the charge, in the charges, 6-count charge, are proven, then they should pay the price. What you're saying?
There must be a transparent process, and the court is there to determine that.
Right.
When a case goes to court, it's sub judice. It is not the police that will determine the outcome of that. The police will present the evidence before a court, and we're asking for a transparent process that we come to conclusion when the judgment is given. What I'm saying, from what we know, from public information that is available, is that they were asking end to bad governance, not end to bad government. They are not saying the government should come to. It's the governance system.
But Chief Ameh, it could be argued. I mean that some would ask the Chief Ameh who's saying this thing, not see some Nigerians climbing, armored personnel carriers, of police and military, and calling on them to take over, waving Russian flags, praising soldiers, and in scenes reminiscent of what we saw up north in Niger. Did you not see?
There was a statement by one of our activist lawyers who was loyal to most of the protesters, saying that there are flags of American flag hanging in all the banks in Nigeria, flag of every country. I don't know what the intent and purposes of the actions were.
What about those who were calling? Chief Ameh, sorry, sir. What are those who were calling on the soldiers to take over? You saw those videos.
I have never seen any one of that. I've never. Oh. What I'm saying is that we're calling on the government to see these children, like the president has said, that they are his own children. He said it in 2012. Don't harm them. Don't shoot them. Your children might be among them. And the same president made one statement in his broadcast. He said he's willing to dialogue. When has he called these young people and old people who feel that there should be a better governance model for our country? And that dialogue came on board, and there were never people to attend to such discussion. When did it happen? So you cannot say one thing and mean another. In that you read it, he said he's willing to dialogue. Was there any dialogue at any point in time, even since when this protest is no longer holding with the president? A government is put to listen to the people. A government is not unto itself. It's not unto itself to do as he wishes. Unto itself to answer to the yearnings and aspirations of all the citizens of the country. And the more I asking that there must be good rules. The 10 demands I've read for you. So none of them, the 10 demands I've defended, none of them show that the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu regime should be toppled. None of them show that.
Chief Ameh, we hear that as well as treason, of course, these individuals are charged with police, destruction of public property and all that. But this is what we also hear, that these people are accused of working with this British citizen, Mr. Wayne, to destabilize Nigeria by calling on the military to take over government. In fact, they allegedly shouted, quote, Tinubu must go, it is soldiers we want, end of quote. They allegedly shouted, quote, Tinubu must go, it is soldiers we want, end of quote.
I will continue to tell young people wherever they are, if they were misguided, there's no ignorance in law. What I'm telling young people is that we will change government, but not by forceful means. Military have no business in our government. Military have no presence in democracy. The worst form of democracy is better than the best form of military rule. And I believe in that. But what I'm saying, that I'm defending the right of these people today, that I'm speaking for them, is because I'm saying that I have not seen anything to justify they want to take over government. What I have seen is a 10-point agenda, which I am speaking on behalf. That there should be electoral reform system. There should be Justice Way panel report adoption. There should be security for lives and property. That farmland should be well governed and bandits should be crushed. We should go and crush these bandits that are disturbing and disrupting our economic system in this country. Bandits and kidnappers that no longer allow people to freely travel on the roads. In the 90s, I used to travel with my late friend, Brigadier General Olayinka Lukman. We used to wear short knickers from Abuja. We drive to Lagos and drive back. We drive to Kaduna.
All right.
This was fun for us.
All right.
So now nobody does that without people carrying a convoy. It is what we are asking, that Nigeria should return back to the glory days when Nigerians were free to move around without fear of being kidnapped.
Chief Ameh, let's come back to you. What are your thoughts on this British man? Drew Povey, as one of his names that I've seen flying around. He also has another name, according to what I've seen, Andrew Wayne or Andrew Povish. I don't know which is his government name. This first spokesperson, Muyiwa Dejobi, says that he allegedly built a network of sleeper cells to topple the government and plunge Nigeria into chaos. He says this British man rented a space at the Nigeria Labour Congress headquarters in Abuja for Eva Valley Bookshop and established Stars of Nations schools as a cover for his subversive activity. So that is the investigation that took them to the NLC headquarters, over which this man, George, was invited because his name was mentioned, just to tell the police what he knows about the situation. So what are your thoughts on this British man, Drew Povey or Andrew Wayne or Andrew Povich, whichever his real name is?
I've said it and I've said it clear. He has no Nigerian citizens. He's not a citizen of Nigeria. An external intervention in our country is not allowed. I've never believed that announced that somebody who is not a citizen of this country will attempt to organize a protest, even if it's peaceful. It should allow Nigerians to determine their fate, to participate in a protest organized by Nigerians that is peaceful, demanding for end to bad governance, demanding for good roads, for good opportunity, for job provisions. This should be the responsibility of Nigerian citizens. I do not believe in interference. And I'm telling you this and clear, that what we are saying is to protect the right of every man. One man left behind will cause another man to lose his own right.
All right.
What we are saying collectively is that Nigerians have the fundamental rights to organize and express their free speech in a way that it will bring good governance, it will bring development, and it bring prosperity to our people.
Okay. Do you know Andrew Wayne or Andrew Povish or Drew Povey? Since you're also in Abuja.
I've never met him. I heard the name. In fact, I'm hearing it clearly now on your station. I've never had any relation.
All right, Chief, I'll come back to you. 99.3, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome. Your name and location and country, please.
This is Pastor Ladipo. I'm calling from Sarigom.
Welcome.
You see, Kofi Bartels, in 2012, people held this country down for close to 1 week plus because there was an increase in fuel pump price. The government then never came up with the fact that they are planning to overthrow government. That is, by the way, I noticed something. Kofi, go and check. From 2015 to date, since this particular government party came into power, they have used this word, treason, so loosely to a point that the word now, it looks as if it doesn't have meaning anymore. Lastly, Kofi, this is going to be a litmus test for the acting CJ, the CJN, that, look, how you handle this matter, we give people hope.
Thank you very much.
Nigerian judiciary is back for the people.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your time, Pastor Ladipo. Thank you. 99.3, good morning.
Yeah, Kofi, good morning. How are you doing?
Very well. Jonathan, welcome. Please go on.
I think I'll start with your guest, whatever he's saying there, I'll start with him. I think, Kofi, it's quite unfortunate that this president, like your guest said, who have protested so many times, have now decided to take people in for protesting. And like your guest said, end to bad governance, not bad government. I don't know. This is not happening, Kofi. Even in Tinubu's government, I don't think this is happening. It's quite unfortunate. And let him know that he's suffering all of us out here. He's suffering all of us out here.
But I want to find out from you, Jonathan. Is there anything wrong in Nigeria saying end to bad government? If government is bad, if there's a bad government, is there anything wrong in Nigeria saying the bad government must be ended?
Absolutely nothing wrong. There's absolutely because it's the pain that we are facing right now has made people forming that hashtag, and it's English, it's simple English, and bad governance.
Because thank you, Jonathan. I was going to ask Chief. I mean, should Nigerians say continue bad government? I don't know.
It's about why they were very careful is because of the ability for government to manipulate wars. That's why people were very careful in casting out governance out of government in order to be able to avoid the nature of they'll say, oh, you say end the government of Tinubu. Nobody's asking. People are suffering. Sincerely, let me tell you something. If not for the communal lifestyle that we're living in this country,
Chief Ameh, you seem to be trying to play safe here and be diplomatic. I don't know.
No.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. If you now, Chief Peter Ameh, go on the streets of Abuja carrying a placard saying Tinubu must go, are you committing a crime?
No, it's not even a crime.
It's not in a democracy that people can say.
No, it's not even a crime. We've done that in the past.
So why are you saying?
I'm telling you, I'm trying to speak for the boys people who have been arrested. The reason why they catch the phrase.
Are we moving to the future where nobody can challenge government and say we don't want you anymore? Is that what democracy is about to be?
That is the fundamental right of the citizens.
So what are you saying?
As long as these things are not in action, I've said it before.
But you're saying, they are not saying the government must. So I'm asking, generally speaking now, if you carry a placard saying Tinubu must go, have you committed a crime? Should you be arrested?
I have not committed any crime. Nobody has committed.
So what are you saying, Chibita Ameh?
No, maybe you don't misunderstand. You know
Help me.
We are trying to make sure that they do not put these people in a very bad situation because we know, and that's why we're asking the CJN, like you have said. This is a litmus test for them to look at the fundamental right of Nigerians and protect it. Because the three arms of government must be totally separated from each other and work in accordance with the law. What we are saying that even in 2012 here, when Tinubu led protests, there were coffins being made for the president. If he had deployed the same authority, the authority has as the president, Jonathan, nobody in that Ojota would have survived it. But what we are saying is that Tinubu have taken a wrong step in trying to make peaceful protest a treasonable offense. I've said that several times, but I'm saying that, look, the president must go back, review his action, and don't listen to psychopaths around him, and allow these peaceful people to, if you want to have dialogue, like he has said, to have dialogue with them. They are Nigerians, they are equal shareholder in this country. They have the same share, the same authority to speak for this country.
All right, we have a caller on the line, 99.3, good morning.
Kofi Bartels, good morning.
Name and contribution, please.
Emeka is my name from Satellite House. Hello?
Yes, please go on, Emeka.
It's quite unfortunate that we are where we are today, and I want to greet your guests in the studio for the good job that they are doing. You see, a renowned jurist, Lord Denning, said something. He said the law should be a shield for the oppressed, not a weapon for the oppressor. It is up to the judiciary now to correct the anomaly of the politicians in this country. Right to peaceful protest is something that is guaranteed all over the world. And when we talk about free speech, we know it is also synonymous with free press. Because today, there are clamping down on peaceful protesters. Next is going to be the press. Of course, they started hounding some journalists here and there. These are very dangerous times, if I will go to the words of Uncle JD. This government must understand that the only thing that will take away protest from the streets of Nigeria is good governance. Whether it is done outside, whether it is in form of procession or civil disobedience, it's not going to stop by continuing in arresting people.
Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you very much.
CJN prove that she has come.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Appreciate your time. All right, still female line ringing. 99.3, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Kofi. Good morning, sir.
Welcome. Name and contribution, please.
I'm Mrs. Oboli calling from Ikorodu.
Welcome.
So I was at Abuja protesting, and I discovered that most people that came out, all had one language to speak, the language of hunger, Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba. And they left the core values, the main thing everybody came out to protest on, and they attack people and say they are committing treason. So I looked up the meaning of treason for the purpose of this discourse. In that place, nobody claimed or nobody seemed to overthrow the government. We all wanted or clamored for good governance. When we say we want good governance, is that overthrowing of the government? When we speak against this oppression, this nepotism, this autocracy, is that an overthrowing of the government? Are you telling me that we can't express our freedom or fundamental human rights, and you say it is overthrowing of the government? Many people will be locked down, even me speaking, will all be clamped down.
Thank you very much.
If we say end bad governance, this is military government.
Thank you for your time.
As far as I'm concerned,
Appreciate you
it's
calling
military
in.
governance.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time. 99.3, good morning. I lost your call there. I want to pick more of a female calls because I have not been seeing them ringing. But let's go to the ones available. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome. What's your name?
Victor is my name.
All right.
I'm calling from VI.
All right, Victor, welcome. Please go on.
Thank you. I want to contribute to this issue of this government. I could remember when Jonathan was the president in Nigeria. Tinubu led a protest to Ojota. I wonder why he cannot allow people to protest.
Was Tinubu there at Ojota?
Yes, he was there. He went there. Yes, he
was there, live and direct. Did he speak?
Femi Falana.
Okay.
He was there.
Oh, you saw him there?
Yes.
Yeah.
I went there.
Okay. All right, go on.
Just for 600 naira, 80 naira. He was protesting. 1 week, nobody can come out in Nigeria. Now he's arresting children. Who does that? You should throw with caution.
Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate you calling in. We'll take a last call. We don't have time for that last call. Chief Peter Ameh, how should Nigerians react to the ongoing trial of protesters in the country? Most of the callers feel that these protesters are being victimized and being tagged with what they don't know about. How should Nigerians react? Very briefly, please.
My pain with Nigerians is the fact that they have the shortest attention span on any issue. If you recently think that the people who protested that they are against NSAS, some of them were just recently released about 2-3 weeks ago from jail, and people have to plead guilty. Activism shouldn't be a temporary thing. Speaking for the truth and speaking for the people shouldn't be a season thing. What we should do is for us to continue to raise our voice, continue to speak our mind, and continue to speak truth to government and say peaceful protest as enshrined in combined reading of section 39, 40, and 41 is not a crime. And whatever it is that you are treating our citizens the way they have now become less than Nigerian citizens will definitely be having a negative effect on how we progress in this country. We must make sure that our citizens have the right, protect that right, and respect that right. And also call for the president, if he wants to dialogue with those who are protesting, he must be able to make sure that hunger that is causing the hunger must be properly treated, and all the necessary investment in agricultural sector must be made so that there will be food sufficiency going forward, so that people will not live in penury while there will be praise-singing government. Praise-singing is what has led us to this point. We must speak to government that where they are going, the direction they are moving, the decisions they have taken, like the impulsive and irrational removal of questions, should not continue to happen.
Chief, I know you are vibrating this morning, but we have to leave it at that. I want to thank you very much for your time, Chief Peter Ameh, who joined us via a video link from the nation's capital, Abuja. He is the chairman of the Coalition for Democratic Accountability and Electoral Reforms. Chief, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Go for gold, Terra gold.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.